Hi folks, another bad morning. I've done one for you. I did 4 small oil paintings on one sheet, but the card wasn't formatted right or fully, so I mostly do like a quick format, but I'm just formatting it again. So I've taken this SD card out of my camera, my a little Casio camera. It's a 16 whatever, so it should be okay. It should have 2 hours capacity on it, but it got to about 30 minutes and then it started, only recorded the last half an hour. So I'm testing this one. I'm going to hopefully go over half an hour on it and see what happens. As you can see, it's a piece of watercolour paper. It's Fabriano £130 cheap studio paper. I don't really like what's on the other side, and if this turns out any good I shall coat it with a coat of acrylic or something. No, I probably won't. It's got a demonstration on the other side of it. I'll have to sort of paint it with an oil paint, I think. Because the oil, I'm going to use quite a bit of oil on this oil painting. I haven't primed this, but the oil will soak through and leave it with a matte finish. But normally I would prime this with a bit of PVA glue diluted, and the paint then will sit on top of the primer because it's acrylic waterproof, and it stops the oil going through, but it gives the painting a nice shine because the oil dries sort of glossy. It gives a nice appearance, but with this the oil will soak out of the oil paint and this matte, and you can just carry on working with it without too much trouble. Right, okay, so I'm going to do a sort of a meadow, so I want to just use my palette, cadmium yellow pale, medium, yellow ochre, cadmium red, ultramarine and viridian. Viridian mixes very well with blue and red and gives a nice dark, which is what I want. I'm going to do a sort of a meadowy scene, maybe more red on that. Blue, bit of. I'm painting on my watercolour board. I might go right to the edge because it'll stick to the mount otherwise. So I'm painting dark because it will look nice when you put the lighter colours on. Plenty of oil. Just using a mixture of alkyd resin medium with some refined linseed oil. So how's it going in London, all over the UK now? I think we've got it, gale, something like that. Excuse me, coughing. Never seem to be get rid of it, this weather. Right, I'm going to more or less do what I did for the demo for Patreon yesterday. I just put on some shadowy colour, knowing that I'm going to go over it. And we'll have a bit of blue in there for a bit of to this better colour. I'll go over all of this. It's just a laying in to start the ball rolling. Quite a high horizon. I don't usually use viridian, I use black, but it's a very versatile colour. It's very strong, mixes great with the red and the blue, but it also with the yellow ochre, which I've got to put some out. So there's our basic stuff. A bit of light colour in here and there. I'm just going for it. The cad red is very strong. But you can see it also blends very nicely. Well, we just get all that in nicely. I've done several of these in the past. Well, I did one today that you can see on the photograph of on the YouTube. You can see that, and you can also you'll be able to see it on the Facebook. I did modify it a little bit anyway. So you'll see the paintings that didn't get published, but when I put the SD card in the camera, took it out of the camera and put it into my laptop and played it straight away from the SD card, it played. We got to the end, but to make room for the last two demos, it cut off the first two, so I'm a bit perplexed about that. That's the second time I've done that. So I labour in vain. But one day we'll get it right. Right, now I clean my brush as I go in this bit of toweling. Messy business all, isn't it? Oh dear. Right, let's put a bit of sky in now. Do I need some more medium? No, I've got plenty in there. So I'll have quite a bit of light blue. That's more grey, isn't it? Well, that's okay. I'm going to make the light sky because I want to get some trees up in front of that. I don't want to lose them in a dark sky. A bit of blue. Got a nice sort of mauvey colour, dip in the oil. You're going to put nice light clouds in, you want to have something to counter change. You're always light against dark all the time. Complementaries, colours, yeah, all sorts of tricks of the trade. Oh, it's quite achy holding an easel, a palette. Oh, we'll have a bit of blue up there. You hear the rain? It's a gale. It's got a name, but I can remember. Alright, let's start to lighten. There's some more ochre. Right, I'm just going to squeeze out some more yellow ochre not a colour I use in watercolours. It's very opaque, but great in oil, and it mixes very well with the Viridian to make sort of fairly realistic greens. Okie dokie. Bit of red in with it, plenty of white. Like creamy consistency in the colour anyway. Oh. Bit of yellow in there. Plenty of white now, and oil. This is good. This is practicing for me as well, because I love meadows, painting meadows. It's very. It's all the texture you can put in with them. Nice light through there. Now let's go back with that grey colour. I want the light and all that. Just a touch of red and a blue, bit of white. Paint's a bit thin up there, so we'll thicken that up. A little dark bit up there. The roughness of the paper really helps this. Now, Constable and Turner, they use watercolour paper, but it was all handmade then. And their paintings are still as fresh after 200 years. So then we can put some dark against that. A bit lighter. Yeah. Alright, we've got a sky. Right, I'm going to put the light blue back in there, but slightly grey with the bit of red. You can also use a bit of the Viridian, just a touch, so we get a bit of lighter distance here. I'm going to put meadow trees in here. A nice distance. And whatever you put on, you can always change. Well, my advice to myself is don't try to start with a finished painting. Build up to it. Feel your way, and be prepared to change. If you're copying photographs, you'll have a bit of a problem with being literal. Right, let's choose some nice colours here. Just put them in. A bit of grey in there too. Just red and the blue for grey. Okay, I'm going to go into this area. Oh no, I'm going to put some shadow in across there. I'm painting from memory of the ones I've just done. Darken that. There's loads of colour in this meadow. Right, now we'll do some grasses, I think. Keep that brush away from. Now, I just used one of these. I still went from where I washed it before. Right, okay. Now we're going to. I'll put in this tree here. Plenty of yellow in there, a bit of red. Just not red. Yeah, I just mixed in primaries plus the green. This will give us a base to work on. Just a scrubby tree there, but the shadow coming through here. All sort of abstracty. Going into a sort of a misty background. Clean the brush. I've had this 20 years, this brush. And this one, and loads of others. Look, they're worn out. Especially this one here on that one I'm tapping. The ferrules all busted up. But they do other things. That one I can use for doing, I just use the edge of it for my tree trunks. So, you know, the paint, all the oil is drying into the paper there now. Right, now we want some nice, like meadowy stuff. Bit of red with that ochre. I know you can't see what I'm doing very well, but I'll describe it. It's much easier for me to work holding my palette. Get some nice misty stuff in there. So I'll put my figure in there again. Oh, that's my head. I've got an overhead light, well two LED spotlights over the top, well it's in the ceiling anyway. Not immediately over the top, I might be. Right, let's have a bit of colour in it. And some greeny palette green that I've got them all in, mixed in. Just tipping it down. Right, now we're slowly going to build up this foreground to contrast with the recession of the background. Let's just let it dry in a bit. of red. I think we can afford a bit of red in there. I just love oil painting. I'm not saying I'm really good at it. I mostly spent my time doing watercolours, but I did have a year painting Venice for a gallery in a very nice gallery. Sadly, it's gone. Like most of the galleries I've ever been in, it's all vanished. Get some green in there. Red, mix some red in with that. No. Then we'll put the darker colours in. Right, I'm going to come up here with something just to change that shape. I didn't like it too even. Right, clean the brush. I'm going to put some nice meadowy stuff in there. But not too much here, it'll be darker because of a bit of shadow. Put some of that back in there, darker in there. The SD card didn't tell me that it was going to pack up. I didn't have the capacity. I don't know what's going on. And as you know, I've only just bought this camera on eBay. For all intents and purposes, it's quite a new one. Well, not a new one, but not used a lot. Right, we'll get some darker greens in there, I think. Brilliant. Not showing up really. Well, if it is, the light's shining on it. Right, let's go into the foreground. See, that shows up because it's on that nice background. Oh, my hand. Hard work is oil painting. Before YouTube, or even with YouTube, I might even go back to it. I've got a studio easel, and I can work off a table that I attach to it. And on the left, I'm using the actual table as another bench. Right, let's just warm some of this up here. Put some in there. I'm not trying to paint individual blades of grass or anything. I'll add some poppies and stuff at the end. They always go down well. Just dobbing it about. That's an artist just term, dobbing. Right, now put some of that grey colour back in there. The shadowy areas. Come on, go without. Normally I would be doing well, I've been finished now, but for Tuesday is the old man's bike ride. The roughness of the paper. Always do a bit of calligraphy with the side of the edge of the brush. Right, let's got some green in there. Viridian and yellow ochre. Do a nice green with that. If you use the cadmiums, you don't get such a realistic effect. Oh, there's a bit of red to that. I just had some little bushes in there. Just thought of that. Right, let's thicken up the paint a bit there, I think. Whoa. It's a bit wet there. My shadowy bit. Your brain can interpret that how it likes. That's the thing about abstract painting, or not putting everything in. Let the picture do some of the talking, but not all of it. Now we'll do some nice warmer stuff in here. Gives you a bit of light. There's some nasty shapes there, so we'll eradicate them. We're going to go back over that, it's not dark enough. Just working on really dark greens for some of these blackberry bushes or whatever. I'm going to leave that area now, and I'm going to concentrate on the distant trees while that just soaks in. The same brush, but I've just given it a bit of a run through. Now I need some more colours. I need a bit of cadmium red. Got a load of that. Hobbycraft. Looking these out because I'm a bit battered. What, they're 70 something mils for £2. Quite amazing. We just happened to be there in the right time, my wife and I. Right, okay, we've got enough there, right. So a good colour is viridian blue, bit of white. See what that comes like. Sometimes this goes a bit too solid. I just want some nice leafage, nice shape. Coming down into, well, we can make that a bit darker. We come down into the shadow area. Right, okay. That'll do. We'll do some more somewhere else. Blue. That's a white. In there. And one over here, but not as big as the one on the right. Take your trees off of the, oh yeah, look. I should have been wearing my penny. A bit late now. Right, okay, now I'll put my penny on, but I've got, look on my tag, on my toggle, but I use it for everyday mucking about the house. Hoodie. I'm not even going to try and get that up. Then we'll probably cut him off and just sew him up again. Right, I'm penny. Well, March winds, we're certainly getting some March winds. April showers, we're getting the showers now. Right, I've got to do a lot more in here. I'm going to put some much lighter stuff in there to counter change, just to brighten it up a bit. Right, now, oil. See what I mean? That brush does graphic things. I need a bit of oil, just the blue and the red. What sort of season this would be? It's a nice meadowy one. It's we call it sort of spring mist. Stick that up a bit, not that much. Okay, oil, colour. Take a bit of care with these. I know it looks all hit and miss, but it isn't it? Down a bit of a hill there. There's a nasty hump there. There was a bush from that. Just break it up a little bit. Back up the outline. I'll put in a bit of that heavier. Okay, we'll let that go for a minute. Clean the brush. So we've got an impression of trees going up. Now we're going to start to detail it a bit, I think, with some nice light. There. Show some light that's catching through there. And catching light. Plenty in there. A bit of white. A bit darker than that one. Right. Just stuff growing up. Just the yellow and a bit of white. Touch of viridian. I can put some flowers, wildflowers of course. In the gloom. I want to get that dark, so I'm going to clean my brush. And here we go. Not putting any stems or anything like that. And we'll put in a bit of white. Back to watercolour tomorrow, I think. Right, now dark in there. Clean the brush, or sort of clean the brush. Blue, red, blue, red and Viridian. And shadow in there. There's a bit of variety in there, so we'll put a bit of yellow in there, or orange. Just to break that up a little bit. Okay, not so sure about that, but I'm going to let that go. Okay, we'll put it in a mount and we'll have a little look at it, and that's painting for today. So just leaving those corners unpainted, it means I can actually get something to stick on it. The large yellow mount. Oh, that's horrible. Back to the dirty old grey one. That's a bit better. Right. I don't think it's as good as the one you didn't see yesterday. Oh, but you wouldn't have seen it anyway, would you? Because it's on Patreon. But we can probably put a little bit more sparkle in it. but I don't want to destroy the overall effect of mistiness. So it's quite good around there. I'm not so sure about the foreground, but anyway, let's lift you up so you can. I'm not sure whether I've got a zoom on this. No, no zoom. Oh, there we are. So it might be overexposing a bit because it's on automatic, but with the bright lights above, but it's quite dull outside. So I hope you enjoyed that. I could put my little figure in, couldn't I? Why not? So, a bit of oil. A bit of dullish sort of mauvey. In there. And this be red in there. Or dark red. A bit of a white skirt, I think. Or off-white. White bonnet. Be careful. Oh, well, there we go. Might as well sign it, mightn't I? Well, there we are. Wasted all that white paint. Well, you can have a look at that for a few seconds. I'll sort out what brushes I'm going to clean. Never clear up. I'm going to put my feet up. There's not much else I can do. Can't do any gardening. So thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope we get a full video out of this one. See you soon. Bye bye.